Hello. Today is January the 26th, 2024. This is journal entry number 4. And in this particular journal entry, I want to talk about my home, my country, Australia. My family are refugees from Vietnam, and my family escaped the war, and they ended up in a refugee island called Pulau Bidong in Malaysia. And they were there for 2 years. And then we were lucky enough to be accepted by Australia. And Australia took in my entire family, which was crazy. They took in my dad, all his brothers, their wives, my mum, and my grandma and grandpa. They accepted our entire family. And they came to Australia in 1981. And I was born in 1986. So I skipped all of that hardship. I was lucky. I skipped the war, I skipped the refugee island, I skipped that crazy boat journey they were on. And I was born here in Australia in 86. I feel so grateful and I feel so lucky to be able to call myself an Australian. Growing up when I was young, my dad would always say this phrase. He would always say, Australia is heaven on earth. You know, and I would always feel his gratitude that he has for this country, his appreciation and his love that he has for this country. And as a result, growing up, I couldn't help but feel the same because he would constantly remind me of how lucky we are. So again, it just made me feel so lucky and so grateful. And today I just reflect a lot about Australia because I really do love my country. You know, I spent a few years living in America, and one of the things that I loved most about Americans is their love for their own country. Growing up here in Australia, though, I never experienced much of that. You know, I think here in Australia, we all love our country. I'm sure as Australians we all do, but I didn't hear many people talk about it. It wasn't until I moved to America where I went, wow, it's so cool. These people are really proud of their country. They love their country. I found that really beautiful. So I really loved that about my time in America. Now that I'm back in Australia, I've been back for a few years now, I don't feel scared to say how much I love my country. I really don't. And I'd love to share with you why. I reflect a lot about the things I get to do now in my life, and I feel again extremely grateful and lucky to be able to do the thing I love with the people I love, and at the same time be able to have impact with people from all over the world. It's crazy. I mean, sometimes it doesn't even feel real. But I know that I get to do all of the things that I get to do. I get to do all of this because of the love, the kindness, and the compassion of the Australian people. Why? Well, because if the Australian people back then didn't take my family in, my family would have had nowhere to go. And chances are I wouldn't even exist. So all the content that I've created, the courses that I've created, everything that I've ever done in my life, none of it would exist if it were not for the love, kindness, and compassion of the Australian people. This is true for Vietnamese families all over the world. If it were not for the love and kindness and compassion for people in Germany, people in America, people in France, people all over the world took in Vietnamese refugees. But today I reflect specifically for my own home, my own country, Australia. There's a beautiful quote in the Vietnamese culture, and in Vietnamese it's Lúc mình ăn quả, nhớ kẻ trồng cây, which directly translates to when you eat the fruit, remember those who help you plant the tree. And today I'm thinking a lot about the people who helped me plant the tree that I'm eating from. The Australian people. The love, kindness, and compassion. That's what planted this tree. that I'm eating from right now. And I feel so grateful for it. And on this day, I just want to say that I really love my fellow Australians, that I really love my country. I love Australia. And I'm grateful and I'm really proud to call myself an Australian. I ask you to reflect too. When you think about the tree you're eating from right now in your life, who helped you plant your tree? Let's share a little love, kindness, and compassion down below. Why don't you tag someone that has helped you plant your tree? Why don't you comment what has helped you plant your tree? And why don't we send some ripples of love, kindness, and compassion out there into the world? I'd love to hear from you.